penalty shootout.
Ian kept his side in the cup with a header in literally the last second of the game. After one miss early on, it's 5-all and sudden death.
Foster against Wilson, just, and he knows it. Wilson was close. Darren Tinson has to score. The captain of Macclesfield. Tinson does score, 6 each. 6 penalties scored by each side, 7 penalties taken by each side. The men who are stepping forward now are not penalty takers. They have not chosen to be in this position. And I doubt that they are enjoying it any more than those supporters. Lee Howie. Howie sends Wilson the wrong way. And again the conference side have the advantage. Very cool penalty by Howie. And now a big smile. And it all falls to Danny Adams. It's 7-6 to Forest Green. It's Danny Adams from Macclesfield. Can he keep them in it? Yes, he can. 7 each. Seen some good penalties. Steve Jenkins now, the left back for Forest Green. 8 penalties taken by each side. It's 7-all. It's Jenkins who scores. And the shootout goes on, and the tension grows. His nerve held. Wilson, had he stood up, might have saved it. Penalty number 9 for Macclesfield. Riddler to take it. He conceded the penalty in extra time. He scores in the shootout. And it's 8 penalties each. Rob Cousins will take this penalty for Forest Green. It is their 10th. He is the last outfield player for Forest Green not to have taken a penalty. He faces Wilson and he scores! And Forest Green lead by 9 kicks to 8. And the shootout is becoming almost as long as the match. Now Chris Priest for Macclesfield, facing the goalkeeper Steve Perrin. Priest must score. Priest does score. It's 9 each. And we're down to the goalkeepers. It's Steve Perrin, Forest Green goalkeeper, Wiltshire Cricket Club wicket-keeper, to take the Forest Green penalty, and he scores! And Forest Green lead 10-9. And now Steve Macclesfield goalkeeper faces Steve Perrin, the Forest Green goalkeeper. It's been an eventful night for Wilson, and he scores! It's 10-all. "11 penalties for each side. Only 2 players have missed. It's Forest Green 10, Macclesfield 10. And we go back to square one, and we start again. Only this time it's sudden death, as the figure of Kevin Langan comes forward. Langan scored with the first penalty kick of this shootout. Now faces Wilson again and puts it over the bar, and for the first time Macclesfield will have a spot kick to win this cup tie. Langan over the crossbar. Wilson didn't have to save it. Perrin has to save this. Lee Glover, FA Cup finalist in 1991 with Nottingham Forest, to put Macclesfield in the second round. He does! Macclesfield will play Swansea in round 2. Forest Green are beaten in an extraordinary penalty shootout by 11 kicks to 10. Lee Glover sends Macclesfield into the second round of the cup. Forest Green are beaten.
I mean, there are 27 penalties in this tie, because they had 3 penalties over the first game at Moss Rose and 1 tonight, and then 24 in a shootout, which is just extraordinary.
Well, it's unbelievable. You wouldn't have thought that was going to happen. We practiced penalties this week, so it's paid off.
Well, I mean, if you take the whole 2 ties overall, we've outplayed them for 2 games, and absolutely delighted with my boys' their effort there today. Should have won in ordinary time today.
That's what the FA Cup is all about, isn't it? I'm sure Nigel Spink is absolutely distraught in there, because over the 120 minutes I hardly think we created much. We did battle and scrap, we had to. I knew it wouldn't be pretty down here, but we've come through, and all credit to my players in the end.
Well, first of all, let's just get something straight. Those 24 penalties in the shootout, FA Cup history. The previous record, 22 kicks in a shootout, in which Marlow beat Littlehampton in a first qualifying round replay in September 1997. You can't beat it for excitement. I thought they were going to go round and round and round and round again.
You've been speaking to Albert, by the way. That's the only reason you know. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, David Moss, an old friend of mine, very, very honest. You could not choose which was the league team and which was the non-league team, there's no doubt about that. And unfortunate for Forest Green, played very well at Macclesfield, probably played even better tonight. They had a goal disallowed, which, to be honest with you, I had a couple of looks at that and I couldn't see much in that. But then, of course, they got the penalty, which maybe wasn't a penalty, and they missed the penalty. So Macclesfield rode the luck, and they'd come through the tie. Wasn't pretty, but, the penalties obviously made it something special at the end.
And Kevin Keane, an influential performance, and we know him from old. He's been around football for a while. Well,
Lee Glover also, of course, scored the winning goal, but Kevin Keane, very instrumental in the fact that Macclesfield came through. Just a long ball played over the top. It's an awful goal for Forest Green to concede, but it's superbly taken by Kevin Keane. I seem to recall him scoring a wonder goal for West Ham at one stage like that, but rides his luck over the defender. Top draw finish, and I think it was just in those instances where it makes all the difference. This Ray, is the very, very last, I was going to say kick of the game, but obviously it's the head of the game, because the goalkeeper for Macclesfield completely misses it, completely makes a hash of it here. Kevin Keane on the line. That took them obviously onto the shootout, and eventually scored in the penalty shootout as well. And Macclesfield are through. I think a home tie against Swansea, so I'm glad for David Moss.
Great cup tie, and on the back of that